welcome to the last episode of Dialog Trees
Wait, what?
that I will be filming in this house with
Okay.
shitty internet.
You had me
It's
scared for a
also
second
the
there.
last one overall. This is our series finale.
Oh god. Oh god. I
Before
wanna
we
say
spin
thank
off
you to
into
the
a
fans.
new show.
Ludwig's Adventures.
I was gonna say Dialog Trees After
Oh.
Dark, but yeah, I get No, we're gonna spin off into
Haven't
two
they
shows.
Hasn't all but one been After Dark?
I know, and that one.
No
was
one
so
knows
nice.
that. Braden, get some curtains or something so no one knows.
It was beautiful to
Turn
film
the
it
couch
before.
on- Onto
Yeah,
its
I mean,
side and
last
push
week
it
you
against the
literally
window.
commented on how the natural light was so nice.
Dialogue Trees
During
before
the
dark.
day.
Ooh.
and that will have a backdoor pilot for Ludwig Adventures.
Yes. Aaron and I will be the voice actors.
And
Yeah, Bruce isn't in that one.
and how it does this tie in to spoof reading D&D?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hosted by Ludwig.
Ludwig is the GM.
Yeah.
Is the jam. Fuck, and from this day forward, I want that to be the official title. Hello, I'm Brayden. I'm going to be your jam for the evening.
I said GM.
Well, he
I
heard
know, but
Jam, and I like Jam
I heard
too.
jam. I like jam too.
Well, I like jam. It's pretty tasty.
Here at Dialogue
Um,
Trees, you're only ever going to get the most spicy of takes.
Speaking of which, who has a spicy take to start us off this week?
I thought we were talking WandaVision for a little bit.
There we
Yes.
go.
I'll start it off.
Wait. Can I start with my spicy WandaVision take?
Is your spicy WandaVision
Sure.
take that Disney is awful and thus we shouldn't even bother talking about this?
No. My
Ah,
spicy WandaVision take is fuck Disney, and you shouldn't watch it. But because you have watched it, we're gonna talk about it.
yes. My spicy WandaVision take is that while Disney is indeed awful, there is the individual work of artists involved that should be cherished and applauded, despite the influence of the mega corporations sustaining them. So while overall we could say fuck Disney, I think it's important to be able to talk about the work of artists in that space without saying fuck you to all of them, because it's guaranteed for not everybody working on a Marvel project is doing it as a money job.
Yeah, so fuck you, Bruce. That's my take. Actually, my take is there might be spoilers, so maybe like skip ahead a little bit. Bruce will edit in
Yeah.
something for you to like skip to.
Just skip this
I'll
episode.
put a spoiler tag.
Just skip the
I'll put a
episode.
spoiler tag. Don't worry.
Don't skip the
my
episode.
spicier take is Disney has a monopoly that needs to be trust busted.
Yes.
I have an
my
even spicier
spiciest
take. Is Bruce should stop talking.
My spiciest take is that I love you, Bruce.
Ooh.
Oh,
Makes me feel warm inside.
My actual spicy take is that I think WandaVision is better than any of the movies that have come out so far for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
oof, that's a tall order. I can see where you're coming from, though.
I can prove it.
Yeah, you have the
Cold,
math. You have the
hard
numbers.
facts. I ran the numbers. I double checked the math.
Let's see a chart.
I
All
don't
right,
have a chart.
Aaron, you sound very confident on that front. So take us away on what you admire about WandaVision, and then I'll go into my bit about where I am coming from regarding the show.
So like one of the biggest things for like popularity wise for the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like all the speculation that everyone has before a movie
Yeah.
comes out. Everyone like sees that one trailer and they're talking and they talk and talk. Then the movie comes out and there's a little bit of talk, but it dies off because there's nothing else to talk about anymore except maybe like one little reference scene.
Yeah.
Now we had that same build up to WandaVision, but now each week we're getting that, ooh, well look at that happen. Well, where's this gonna go? And you get that whole new week of speculation for WandaVision. I think that's just more magical and just better suited. And I don't know, there's just more characterization that I've seen from WandaVision that I've seen from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, remember that time Tony Stark had PTSD for 3 minutes? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
I think
Such a
that
good throwaway line.
Yeah, I think that honestly, what we're seeing is like this is a sustained project, but because it's like the same creative team, it feels more substantial character addition wise than anything else we've seen in the universe thus far, because most of it's just been like single, like one and done movies that are usually big blockbuster extravaganzas, and here we get to like really get to know the characters for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's nice for once.
Yeah, I'll agree with Aaron's hot take because, like, I mean, now I'm boycotting all Disney.
Yeah.
And so I cut clean with the Endgame, and I'm done. But I will say, in the past, like, my favorite part about the Marvel Cinematic Universe was the speculation. Like, oh, who's this? What's going to happen? Oh, what comic line are they going to draw inspiration from? What's like, yeah, the movies were good, but my favorite parts were the
All the
drive
between
to,
shit.
and especially the drive home after the movie, just nerding out with you, Brayden, like on the drive home.
Yeah.
And
no, it was definitely
now
it was definitely a property where being a fan of it was more engaging than being a viewer.
Yeah, like I remember in high school when Avengers 1 came out, and Aaron and I saw that together in theaters with some other friends. You weren't there? Oh, oops. Yeah. One of
I
my
ditched
friends.
Aaron to go watch Avengers.
Yeah, I thought he was there because one of my
Nope.
friends was like, "Hey, I'm buying everybody tickets to Avengers, and like you should come." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." And like we all went. I just assumed Aaron was there because he was better
Nope.
friends with the guy than I was.
Whoops.
Whoops, who was it?
It was.
Oh no, he hated me.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
took me and
Shout out to who now loves me, but yeah, at the time he
Oh,
fucking hated me.
I
No.
But anyway, like I don't know, like it was I remember the Thanos stinger at the end, and I was like, who the fuck is
Shit.
this? I didn't even know who Thanos was at the time. I was like, is this like
Is that
did they
Barney?
get the rights to I was like, did they get the rights to like Apocalypse or something somehow? And I was like, it's gotta be Apocalypse, right? Like it's Apocalypse, and then it wasn't Apocalypse.
Yep. And now Thanos is like the most well-known villain of the past like 10 years in the cinematic space.
And
Like,
Iron
fucking
Man
everyone
is
knows
the
who he
face
is.
of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, Iron Man was like a C tier comic hero at like until MCU.
It's amazing what a B-list star at the time coming back from a rehab will do for your brand if they just give him enough charisma and money.
Hot take. The
Yeah.
Thanos copter should have been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I agree with that.
Who's to say it wasn't? I would say that his spinny blade, that's the Thanos copter.
No, it's not the same as him flying out onto the battlefield in a Thanos copter.
Yeah. No, I think that like WandaVision has definitely capitalized on that sense of like anticipation between one episode and the next. The fact that it is like willing to be mysterious and like indulge in that whole binge-worthy aspect of modern TV, I think is only a credit to its structure. Like they made it knowing that people were going to be fixated on every episode and like dissecting every clue in it.
Well, Aaron and I were talking about this a little earlier in the week. We usually, end up having a conversation, which one of us turns into our podcast topic. But I think like a series is better suited for long form story, like a TV series. A season is better suited for long form stories because you can explore more. Yeah, the MCU is cool; it tells good stories, but if you were to take that same, like, I don't want to say the entire budget, but proportionally the budget, and put that over TV, like, I think you'd get better stories out of the MCU. Like, Game of Thrones, in its last couple seasons, had a ridiculous budgets. Now, I think that Disney and Marvel have better writing talent on board than the later seasons of Game of Thrones did. I think at this point, Kevin Feige is not going to let anything ruin his baby, but I think that like WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki are
And
going to
She-Hulk.
end up. Oh right,
Moon
are
Knight.
really going to end up fleshing things out. Is Moon Knight really going to happen though?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
either way.
literally a thing.
I think especially Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because people love that dynamic between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in the movies, and now like IRL, they kind of
You
seem
get like
like
9 hours worth of it now.
Yeah, it seems like they're actually like good friends IRL now, and that translates onto screen. That they're just competing with each other all the time. In the past, be who is Steve Rogers' best friend, and I think over a series, you'll see more of that, and you'll get more. But also because it's on demand, you can throw in the little Easter eggs and the really obscure shit, and people are actually going to pick up on it because they'll rewatch. That's really good for your ratings because put some obscure shit in, people are going to rewatch it to dissect it, and it's like it prints money. Like,
Well, yeah, it's easier to rewatch episodes than it is to go back to a theater and rewatch a whole 2.5, 3 hour movie.
You can't pause.
Yeah.
That too.
Theater.
I think it has that tendency. Is like, yes, it's great for them as a business. I think like artistically, you suffer a little bit. I know that for me, the biggest comparison to WandaVision right now isn't anything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe space. It's Mandalorian, because that's the other big Disney Plus property that they're pushing forward. And for me, looking back on it, and Mandalorian also was very heavy on the let's include slight oblique references to the rest of this. Oh, goodbye. I started talking Star Wars and Bruce bounced.
So we're starting the new Dialog Trees series right now. Oh no, Bruce
Yes.
is back.
Oh
Kind
God,
of.
Bruce is back. Okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
just kidding. We're back to the old Dialog Trees.
old Dialog Trees. You know it and you'd love it. I feel like Mandalorian was one of those shows where they were relying upon like the whole like, slight hints here, Easter eggs here. There was a whole like speculation engine being driven around it. And honestly, I think it fucking destroyed my interest in the second season of the show because it just took over the actual plot of the show.
The second season is like, hey, you want a reference to Clone Wars? So here's a character. You want a reference to Rebels? Here's a character. You want a reference to the movies? Well, we got a character for you.
We got a character for you. It's like
which I'm surprised they hid that, by the way.
So
whatever.
You may hate it, but I was surprised they hid that.
Said Clone Wars. So you guys know I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Yes. But you still know an awful lot about it.
Clone Wars, all I could think about was the reboot on HBO that's going to happen, and I was like, there's a reference to Clone High? They put JFK in there, the fucking mad lad.
Gandhi's in Mandalorian.
JFK shows up in the last episode of Mandalorian. Get these droids out of here.
Fuck, I want to see that.
Holy shit. Why have I never known you had a perfect JFK?
Bruce, cut that audio and I'm going to use that for my stream notifications from now on. New follow, get that droids out of here.
You have to use it like whenever you're like, oh, somebody get rid of that bot spam.
Yep. I would like to ask that the Empire move the Death Star away from the Alderaan system, and in return, we will bring our X-Wings over to a different system.
God.
Oh, man.
You have to do a whole episode with that voice eventually.
Sorry?
You have to do a whole episode with that voice now.
Probably. I'm sure that I would get strangled by people I live with.
That's
way back when in the 1980s.
If I kept doing a JFK voice while I'm doing this podcast.
Braden's already going to get strangled. Which leads us to the new Dialog Trees episode
you
series.
can see a pair of hands come out.
Braden's going to be replaced by Grace. And then this is going to become a Gojira side series.
Hell yeah.
God.
Anyway, Aaron, in regards to WandaVision, do you mind if I kind of jump in with my own topic? Because I'm bursting at the seams, ready to go.
I just have one more thing to say.
Yes, please.
I would honestly love if they did more series for more characters, like in between their movies, because I think it would like really expand on them. Like,
I think it's pretty much what they're going for. Like Captain
But-
Marvel is getting a movie, but Miss Marvel is getting a TV show.
fuck
And
Miss
like,
Marvel.
what?
Oh,
I
Oh,
thought Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel were the same person.
it's like a legacy thing. Like at one
But
point,
they just
Captain
got,
Marvel
like-
was Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because they used to call her Miss Marvel, and then they're like, "Oh, this
Well, now
is
she's
kinda
Captain Marvel, and
sexist,
now
like,
there's
she's a badass."
now
Yeah.
there's Mini Marvel.
So like the
Um,
idea is that there's Captain Marvel and then Miss Marvel, who is Kamala Khan, took up the mantle of that specific era of the superhero. So like they went off in different directions, but at one point they were the same character. It's like the whole idea of like mantles in the superhero community.
Oh,
Yeah, something like
Like-
that.
Nightwing sometimes is Batman, but most of the time he's Nightwing.
but he's
And
when
sometimes he's Red X.
when
Yes.
he's Batman though, it's kind of fucking funny because he's paired with Damian. So then you've got jovial Batman and edgelord Robin.
Hell yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Fuck Bruce Wayne. What?
But
Bruce Wayne is
shut up.
piece of shit. Stop
Um,
eating the paper.
I don't think they're gonna do it for like all their major characters though, which is like upsetting. Like I'm glad they're doing it for Winter Soldier and Falcon, because like we're gonna get to see them spend 9 hours passing on that mantle and seeing who like actually gets it, instead of like a 2-hour movie where it's like, oh hey, yeah, I'm gonna be Captain America. No, I'm gonna be Captain America. Well, you know what? What if we're both Captain America? I mean, we
It
might
seems
still
like
get
the
that,
ideal spot for it because they're two
Yeah.
heroes whose powers are they're slightly more impressive than your average secret agent like spy movie. So like it's 24, but with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like I'm on board for that.
but can we just have 24 with Samuel L. Jackson? I'd pay
Hell
for
yeah.
a show for him.
Oh man, the Nick Fury monologues.
Bruce is thinking about it. He wants it too.
I want the Maria Hillside series.
Aaron, what's your dream series for Marvel to pick up with one of their established characters?
It's the dude that snorts cocaine and gets powers based on that. Is that DC or Marvel? I think it's DC. Because I really want
sounds
that. I think his name is
DC.
Snowflame.
Snowfire. Oh
So-
man.
Oh yeah, Snowfire. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Rob Liefeld's greatest creation.
What the fuck?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
he's
an
a
actual thing.
supervillain based in Argentina whose great superpower. Yes,
Did you actually just?
Argentina. Nope, I'm standing.
I
I'm
was-
sitting by it.
Is this like
You're not part of the
What is it?
podcast.
Yeah,
so
you
hang
weren't
on,
ready for the
what's-
podcast. Get out of here.
what's Doom the king of?
Latvia.
Latveria.
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 Yeah, Latvia is an actual
Yeah, okay.
place.
So Latveria and
Argentina. No, I'm totally just an idiot. It's Argentina.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
No, it's
Anyway.
Argentina.
Anyway, his whole spot is that he's a crime lord whose superpower is fueled by cocaine. It turns
Such a
him
product of
into
the 80s, and I love it.
turns him
Holy
into an
shit, that was
Avengers
your-
level threat. Yeah.
I mean, DC's putting Arm Fall Off Boy into one of their fucking movies, so like, I think it's time
Nice.
for Snowfire to come in.
Yeah.
Okay, two things. This isn't mine, but I think the whole world would nut. Use that word specifically if they did Squirrel Girl.
Yep. I saw an advertisement
And-
for a show on Disney Plus that featured like a set of teenage girls' shoes and then like a squirrel in action mode, and I'm like, holy shit, are they doing it? It was something completely different, but for a second I thought they were advertising Squirrel Girl.
They are bad lads.
Yeah.
I would love to see Disney's take on Snowflake and Save Space.
Oh no.
What I actually
Uh,
want is like a Silver Surfer series, to be honest. Now that I think about it, like,
Honestly, but it makes sense to throw Silver Surfer in because everybody knows the next villain is either Galactus or Doom.
we'll see about WandaVision.
Oh,
we'll
wait.
see where that
okay,
takes
before we
us.
go on. So, sorry, this just reminded me. Like a week ago, ish, I had a nightmare that. And my nightmares are weird. My nightmares aren't like me being chased down a hallway by Scary Terry. My nightmares are me like Like,
You were living in a
stop being
Superman
vegan.
dystopia.
No,
and
like
there
in
was
my nightmares, I
parakeets
eat
running
meat
around.
and I stop being a vegan, or I start
Oh
drinking
no.
again, or
Okay.
I start watching Marvel movies again. And in this nightmare, I watched a Marvel movie with you guys.
In this nightmare, I
theaters.
binge watched all 23, all
No,
all the
in theaters, it was
Marvel
the new
movies
one.
and watched them all. They were
And I
so
was really
good.
upset because I was enjoying the movie, and the stinger at the end was all about Doctor Doom, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're bringing Doom in. This is dope." And then I was like, "But I'm watching a Marvel movie and supporting Disney." And then I woke up and I was so angry at myself. But I had a really dope dream. I was like, it was a really cool scene about like time, like dimension hopping and Doom, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Those three things are not of the same provenance, and the fact that you listed them as if they were equal is really funny to me.
What three? Like, what do you mean?
I had a nightmare where I stopped eating meat, I started drinking again, and I started watching Marvel movies again. Like,
Started watching
bro,
movies that I enjoy.
Bro,
Dude,
like
no,
one of these
those
things
are
is
my
not like the
nightmares.
other. Oh man.
Those are my nightmares.
Yeah, it's fair. It's
I'm
fair. And
weird.
so for the audience, just to clarify, Bruce has sworn off Marvel movies, and I think I'm in
And
agreement.
alcohol and meat.
That's a yes. Well, those are separate things, but I think it's a sound policy because here on the Dialog Trees, we officially do not support media
Bruce?
monopolizations,
Oh.
and we think that Disney acquiring so many things is just poor for the industry and poor for art in general, and it would suck. We just got to get that out of the way so we can stop going back to it every 5 seconds.
Monopolies are only cool in the game of Monopoly.
No, the whole point of
Destroy your
Monopoly is that it
friendships.
sucks.
Get good at the fucking game.
It's
Stop
like
making up house rules.
I don't make house
Yeah,
Don't
rules.
play with house rules. The game's actually fun.
I don't play with house rules. Never have, never will.
Good.
I think Monopoly, like literally no one has an idea of how to play Monopoly straight from the book because we
I
all
do.
come into it with our own ideas.
I know how.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're not allowed to have more houses than are included in the game on the board.
Yep.
So you can't just make them up. And if nobody else can add houses because you have built all the houses, then nobody can make hotels, and so all you do is build houses, never upgrade to hotels, and then you win the game.
Yeah.
You also
That's
collect
legit
money
how you
while in
play
jail.
Monopoly. Oh yeah.
No, one time.
Anyway.
Parking's not a thing.
No, I have to tell you how I won one Monopoly game because it's actually fantastic.
Oh god.
Stop eating the letters.
I made a game within the game, and Bruce is gonna be like, "Whoa, you made up your own rules." No. I just exchanged all my money for ones. So I had a monopoly of the ones, and you know, it's like a kid playing with the toy. You're playing with it, and the other kid is like, "I want that." So then they start making sacrifices, giving me money for ones, and I won that way.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh my
you create a monopoly within Monopoly.
You're fucking. Oh my god. You're a mad lad, and I respect that. That is a chaos move.
It is
That
a
is-
chaos
that is-
move,
that
but
is-
like, it's fantastic.
That is like a 4-dimensional chess right there. Just like
You.
You
Make
you
you
guys are
afraid
playing
to run
Monopoly in
I want
2021.
to
I'm playing Monopoly in 3021.
you artificially inflated the price of
Yes!
your specific commodity.
Yes!
That's fucking insane.
Don't.
Just because
my
people are like,
stylus.
I want the ones, and then they like start hoarding it. Like, well, you know, I only owe you $1, but I'm gonna give you 5 because I want to hang on to my ones. And then you just start getting more and more money.
Jesus Christ.
It's
That's
awesome.
so stupid.
It's so stupid, but it works, and it's how it works in real life.
Yes.
That is how it works in real life. Which
This
is
is
why
what they
it's
teach
sad.
you in business school, kids. Drop out and just listen to us.
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't you know we are economics gurus?
Yes.
Just drop shipping. Just do drop shipping.
These foreheads contain the utter knowledge of GameStonk. My dream Marvel series is somebody was talking about this, that they might do like an X-Files-esque spin-off about the Jimmy Woo character just going and investigating weird superhero shit all the time.
I would
He
love
just
that.
like goes on road trips across America. He just shows up and is like, huh, that's weird. People flying through the sky. It's part of the job.
Okay, I'm into that, but you know who has to I think two things. It has to be helmed by Tim and Eric, and it has to be shot in the style of All Gas No Brakes.
God damn it.
Hell yes.
All Gas No Brakes in the MCU would be fucking amazing.
Yep. Just like
can
all
they
the
also
weird political
like give
rallies
it
that exist
no
in the
budget?
MCU. Yep.
Like I actually want it to not have a budget, and they have to work around that.
Just give Randall Park like an RV and tell him to fly across the country and come back.
Make your own shit and come back with footage.
Yep. Oh man. So I wanted to chat a little bit about WandaVision as well. And specifically, I wanted to chat about WandaVision in the wake of this whole ongoing question of author intent, creative control in these large movie franchises, because WandaVision is compared to stuff like Mandalorian, which is the Disney Plus TV show for Star Wars. And the other thing that comes to mind is the Snyder Cut, because that is the attempt by the DC universe to put out a product that closely aligns with an artist's vision. And it's like the question of, can these movies really explore their own creative potential when they're so hamstrung from the top by these corporations? And WandaVision, I wanted to congratulate for being able to do its own thing, which when you look at all the factors right against it, it's run by a multi-billion-dollar corporation. It has to be the start of a new TV empire for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is borrowing all these concepts from the previous film franchise. All of these factors indicate that the show should not be able to do the weird shit that it does. And yet it gets away with it. The show frequently is able to just put the brakes on and let the characters talk and just do weird sitcom hijinks and just have no advancement of the plot whatsoever in that episode, or rely on surreal horror, which is not something I ever thought I would associate with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, they're willing to get very, to quote Movie Bob on the subject, very, very Lynchian in their approach, which is, by in itself, high praise. And I wanted to look at that because I remember feeling something similar when Mandalorian came out, in that Mandalorian is a space western that is working in the same franchise as Star Wars, where every single movie has to be the most, biggest, most explosive thing to hit the box office that season. Here's the Mandalorian, and Mandalorian's willing to tell a very small-scale story about a dude and a baby walking from planet to planet, getting into stupid plots week to week. Like,
wait, before you say it, if it's
I
stupid,
can't.
I'm kicking you from the call.
No, okay, here's the thing. I want to say it, but I don't think I can because I think it's in the meme vault.
it is in the meme vault. You
Wreck.
cannot bring it up.
Okay, continue.
We know what you're talking about, though.
Oh,
Something,
fuck, yeah.
something mortality walking or something like that.
Vaulted.
Yep. Vaulted.
Norman Reedus.
Yep, Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus isn't in the vault.
The amazing
so we could...
fetus.
Anyway, so I was really struck by that, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. And then I remember what happened in season 2 of Mandalorian, where it starts to be used as a vehicle to start to promote all of these other things in the Star Wars franchise. For example, Ahsoka is also a character in the Star Wars universe.
Wait,
Did you know that
Ahsoka's in
Mandalorian?
Yes.
Yep.
And a character from Rebels.
Did you know that she's getting her own TV show? Well, now you
Yeah.
do. Here's
So
this
is
TV
Boba
show
Fett.
that's coming out. Rangers of the New Republic. Here's the Acolytes TV show coming out. Here's the Cassian Andor TV show coming out. Like, all of a sudden, that uniqueness that I enjoyed in Mandalorian Season 1, that feeling like it could do its own thing, was, like, swept out from under me because it started becoming more of, like, a vehicle to talk about all these Star Wars things. Spoiler warnings, but we put spoilers up for the entire episode, so this shouldn't come as a shock to anyone. The end of Mandalorian Season 2 has the characters get saved by Luke Skywalker, who shows up out of nowhere to do the reverse Rogue One scene where he gets locked in a hallway with a bunch of evil droids and he tears through them. And I fucking hated it. Because it completely robbed that episode of any of the tension and was just like, hey, here's this interesting predicament for our characters to be in. Oh, they got saved by Luke Skywalker because this is the Star Wars show. Don't you love the movies?
Well,
Don't you love the original trilogy?
It doesn't matter about anything else that happened in that episode either. People only talked about Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, and it was so boring to me. Like, that's, to me, what killed that season was the reliance upon all of this established stuff. So I look at WandaVision and the unique trail that it's blazing, and I can't help but feel worried for it.
That's gonna be a backdoor pilot for like 20 other series.
Yeah, and then the other thing that comes to mind is the DC universe, because the DC universe, at its start, at its inception, praised itself on being artistic integrity
Gritty.
above everything. So, like, well, the idea was that it wasn't so much gritty. It would kind of had this whole thing where, like, we're allowing our creators to kind of go in their own directions. Like, they were like, you can kind of, like, Snyder can kind of do whatever he wants with his movies. James Wan can kind of do whatever he wants with Aquaman. That was at least part of the pitch that I remember from when that universe started.
And
And
like
then
immediately changed though.
it
After like
immediately
one
changed.
movie.
Yep. Justice League came out, and the end result was that they took Snyder's half-finished project, knife in his back, got Joss Whedon to finish twisting the blade and pull out, and then redid the movie as the Avengers, which was a huge slap in the face, I think, to
This
Snyder's
is dark and
artistic
gritty. Let's
vision.
make it happy.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You filmed this wrong.
And so now they're coming out with the Snyder Cut. So the original, a whole another movie is coming out on streaming platforms. This is a major release specifically to get back to that original artistic vision set out by Zack Snyder. And it's interesting to me that that is going ahead in the first place, because isn't that supposed to be what the whole franchise is built off of? So I wanted to throw it out to you guys in terms of where you see these franchises as occupying a space in, like, the artistic world. Like, when it comes to creators getting to chance to flex their own muscles, is that a benefit to the franchise, or is it result in the issue where, like, everything just feels incongruous later on? Like,
Both.
say what you want about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've done a very good job of keeping consistency across the entire range of films. But is that a good thing?
So my thought on it is, with artistic integrity and whatnot, in the MCU, there's not a lot of art for the sake of change, art for a message, which I would argue is the purpose of art, is to instill an emotion.
Yeah.
And yes, like the excitement and all that is an emotion, but maybe, and maybe this is a little smug, but the art of talking about deep issues, like art for change. And we do see a little bit of that. Controversially, Captain Marvel had some of that. Wonder Woman was huge with that.
Yeah. Say what you will about
Black
Black Panther,
Panther,
but it meant so
yeah.
much to people.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that there's a few instances in these media empires where you see it. It's not the narrative that they're focusing on, but there are spots where creators and artists are saying, no, I am going to put a message in here, and fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
And I don't think these are good. They obviously, like, you can get that here and there. I don't think these media empires are good vehicles for change, but I will say they are good catalysts for change, because they highlight and bring into the forefront all of these creatives. Black Panther brought eyes to so many actors, creators, writers, who maybe wouldn't have gotten the same, big Hollywood spotlight if they hadn't.
So, like, would we get the attention brought upon them if it wasn't for this original project? Even if they don't flex their muscles there, but they are brought to the forefront.
Exactly, because now people are like, oh, they were involved in a Marvel project. I want to see this because they're a household name. Like Taika Waititi, I'm pretty sure all of us have seen What We Do with the Shadows.
Yep.
we appreciate some of the other stuff he's done, but now that he's helming all the Thor stuff, it's like more people are going to Taika Waititi things.
Yeah.
And I would even say it's helped him gain so much more star power, because look at Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit is a star-studded movie, and I think that's a movie with a fantastic message. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like, Taika Waititi's been able to make more connections, let's say, because like Scarlett Johansson's one of the big name actors in that, which like he's part of Marvel, so that's where he probably got the connection there. And I think that's the best thing to come out of these empires.
Yeah, and I think that it's important. Like, I've always been one that kind of pushed back against the whole idea that, like, the Marvel movies don't have anything in the way of artistic statements or political statements. Like, I think that's just not reading into them. Like, for example, Captain America 2 has the fascist takeover of an established democratic
it's literally
organization.
a World War II movie.
Well, no, I'm just talking about Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is about how fascism has crept into a political body and corrupted it from within, and you didn't even know it was fascism until it was too late. Like, I think that's a pretty interesting statement, especially given what happened in the years during and after it came out.
I think they kind of explore these ideas. They just don't go in depth with them.
Yeah, they're always going to be hamstrung by like the fact that like they got to be mass market like friendly. But like Thor Ragnarok is.
Oh, no, if you finish it, then I'll say, because I'm going to be a downer.
Well, I think, like, Thor Ragnarok, for example, is, like, got some interesting decolonial thought in it. Like, the whole idea of, like, questioning Asgard and its right to rule, or, like, how it built its empire through, like, violent and subjective means. Like, that was an interesting topic that was explored in those films. Not to any great amount of depth, but they were at least introduced and touched upon, and like the film had this sort of way of questioning all of the traditional approaches taken by the Asgard and Thor, and like deconstructed that whole idea of Thor as this noble Slavic warrior of masculinity and might. Like Thor Ragnarok just like went into it as like, no, fuck it, like let's just make him a goofball and let's question all of the stupid shit that came before.
Yeah, even like Spider-Man Homecoming.
I agree.
Okay. No, you go. You had. No,
I agree that the stuff is there. But I think that it's between the lines, but also then it's been whitewashed over. Like it's very clean. It's very, we're not going to actually draw attention to this. It's there, and if you wanted to dissect as like analyze and criticize, you could, but it's not so much high level that most people will pick up on it, I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't have too much to say other than just bringing these up as like bad things.
Yeah, because like let's be real, if we're going to be talking about big empires, especially like Disney empires, Star Wars, they edited whatever the last movie was for Eastern audiences, because they didn't want to upset their bottom line in China. They edited out the one gay kiss and like just paint over everything there. Like, you can't say that that Disney is the one who's wanting to have some social critique in these movies.
It's like the artists working against
so
Disney.
Incredibly safe. Yeah, it's I 100% agree that it's the artists who are trying to do it. They're trying to sneak in as much as they can, but be like, oh no, like that's just a throwaway plot point. It doesn't matter. But that's why I say, like, this is the best way for them to get eyes on them and become a bigger household name, so they can go on to make their actual statements. Like, the MCU is just a fame vehicle, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
So I guess my question then would be, given what we've praised WandaVision for, and my specific praise of like it willing to be weird, do we think that this is a flash in the pan moment for Disney, that like the Marvel shows that we're going to be seeing coming up will be more of the same, more of the traditional that we've come to expect? Like Falcon and Winter Soldier looks fun. It doesn't look like it's going to do anything as far as distinguish itself from like what the MCU is.
I think it's gonna depend. They're probably willing to take way more risks on a TV show than they are with a big budget movie, which is why we have something like WandaVision. Because even She-Hulk, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be like half a courtroom drama. So like, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Like, would you expect that out of Marvel or in a movie? No, you'd expect maybe like one court scene, not like a whole series based around it.
Daredevil happened already, dude.
Yeah, but that doesn't count anymore. It's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, but it was still sanctioned by Disney.
Yeah, but
sort of.
They didn't have as much control over that, I think.
Well, like it happened in the pre Perlmutter eviction days, where they were willing to kind of go with like an R-rated, risque Netflix platform instead of this whole like everything together Disney Plus, the canon of the TV shows is the canon of the movies, whereas previously it was kind of like you have the Marvel shows on Netflix and then you have the Marvel movies, and the two do not cross all that much.
The shows are kind of canon, but they're also, not. So like,
yeah,
it's up to you. Flip a coin.
Yeah.
So I think that, and this is me being, a pessimist, but I'm a pessimist with the reasoning of, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, because Disney's given any of us no reason to believe that they will, try to break barriers. Like, look what you said with Mando season 2. I think the reason they took a chance with WandaVision, like, yes, it's one thing to say, well, this was the first of the Disney Plus thing, so it was going to be big, but, like, people don't really have an attachment to Wanda and Vision. Like,
correct.
Scarlet, nobody's favorite Avenger is Scarlet Witch. Like, no. Elizabeth Olsen and
shut
Paul
the fuck
Bettany
up, Brayden. Put
not,
your hand down.
Are not the. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great characters.
They are great.
If you ask a kid, go and ask a kid, who's your favorite Avenger? They're not gonna say Vision or Wanda Maximoff, right? Like.
No, it'll be like that nerdy kid that's sitting by himself at lunch getting beat up.
Yeah, and at the heart of it, though, like,
sorry, Brayden.
Disney does this for kids. Like, at the heart of it, that's why you don't see like the R-rated. That's why you don't see anything over like PG-13. Like, I think they took a chance on this and made it weird because it doesn't matter if it's weird. Because if people got into the first episode and were like, oh, I don't like this, then whatever. It's not like they just destroyed like Spider-Man as a property, or whoever Iron Man's successor is, or the buddy cop drama that is gonna be Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, I don't think Disney's gonna do anything spectacular. I don't think they're gonna do anything for change. I don't think Moon Knight is gonna really go into like the whole.
That's gonna be PG-13 and ruin the whole thing.
Yeah,
there'd be like no mental health or anything that should be in there.
Because Moon Knight's all about mental illness and like, I'll make the case for like slavery because he's just controlled by a divine being and is mentally ill the whole time. Like, that's his MO. But
yeah,
my take.
I think like the other reason they take a risk. I know in the past this was a main reason for like a lot of stuff. I don't know if it still is because I'm not a child anymore. But half these movies were made around selling action figures. That's why they're not going to make action figures around a stupid TV show. So they're more willing to take a risk, save all your like cool shit for the movie.
I beg to differ. Have you already seen the Funko Pops coming out for WandaVision? They're full steam ahead.
That's different.
Funkos aren't for kids. Funkos are for adults who want to be kids. Look at the collection behind Aaron.
I knew you were immediately going to say that.
Yep.
Like,
but I like my Batman Pops. My Evangelion Pops.
I'm not saying you can't. Like, everybody likes to collect something. But like, Disney does this to sell toys. They do it to sell costumes. We've all been into a Disney store. Do you think you'll walk into a Disney store and see like a Scarlet Witch costume, Halloween costume there on the racks?
You might this year. You might this year. We'll get back to this in October.
You You are beating down my faves here. Let me
Braden,
back up a little bit.
But before you say anything,
I'm
why are you
not
holding
saying
pliers?
I don't like them.
Sorry?
Why are you holding pliers?
Oh God, they're brutal.
Gonna castrate Bruce for his opinions.
I'm cutting through the veil of the argument and getting straight to the truth. No, as I said, I'm at my painting table. These are my plastic cutters. I use them to chopping up.
If you're gonna castrate me, can you at least wait? Because tomorrow I find out if I'm sterile or not.
No.
You had a vasectomy. How are you not sterile?
Well, because I haven't gotten the results back from my jerk-off test.
What? Did they just fuck up? Did they just not cut the right thing?
Well, no. Sometimes it doesn't take, or sometimes you have to wait longer. Like, just because you've cut the vas doesn't mean the sperm is out of your system.
I'll just jerk off and it'll be out of your system. Easy.
Oh, dude, trust me, I have. Aftercare for a vasectomy is wait a week. I didn't, and then you have to, before you go in for the fertility test, you have to have both 3 months pass, and you have to coom 20 times. And I'll tell you, boys, I coomed more than 20 times.
You probably told them that too. Like, make sure you came at least 20 times before this. Oh, it's been 2,000 plus. Subscribe to my OnlyFans and you can see.
No, when I got the sheet, I was like, oh man, that's like a week's worth. I didn't have a job, man. What else was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
This episode is now 18 plus.
I will never forget the text that Bruce sends me like, hey, is it alright if I use your bathroom to jerk off before I go for my test?
I thought you were gonna reference the other text that he sent us. Yep. I'm assuming you got it too.
Oh man. Yes. Anyway, WandaVision. Consensus, Aaron. What's your ultimate take on the show? It's like the biggest thing in geek culture right now, so I feel we're okay to talk a whole episode about it.
I really enjoy it. I love all the cool stuff that's thrown in. I really hope Rambeau's secret friend isn't, the throwaway general that appeared for like 2 seconds and it's actually Reed Richards. And
like, honestly, I would love it if that was it. Like, it's just like baiting the fans of like, I got a friend who can help out, and everybody's like, oh my god, who is it? What comic character could it be? No, it's just a person. Like, people know people.
She said I got a guy, and then like a female shows up, so like I feel like it's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Okay, so there's been a lot of talk about John Krasinski playing Reed Richards. I think that'd be great. John Krasinski's hot AF.
If you disagree with that take, do not watch this. Unsubscribe.
But this is my take. And so I haven't seen it, but I've talked to these two. And from my understanding, Wanda pulled Quicksilver from another dimension, but it was the X-Men Quicksilver.
Maybe.
So no, but like it was that actor playing Quicksilver, yes. Right? So the whole presumption is like that's breaking the Fox wall, as we'll call it. So if they bring in Reed Richards as John Krasinski, this is my hot take. This could get me to look up the scene just to see it. This could get me to like bend the Disney boycott. Is if they had John Krasinski as Reed Richards, and then in that same episode, as a little like, Easter egg, they had Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. I want Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
I remembered him saying
just
this
for
to me
the
other
throwaway
day.
gag. Yeah. I would lose my shit.
And then Chris Evans comes rolling past on a skateboard. He's Luke Evans from or what was it? Lucas Lee from Scott Pilgrim.
Lucas Lee. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring every comic book universe together.
God damn it.
And then he's the football jock from Not Another Teen Romance.
It's like, I feel like sometimes just patting Disney on the side and being like, stop trying to make the Fantastic Four happen. They're never going to happen.
They will.
No, Fantastic Four as a story doesn't really hold up in the modern age because it's so deeply like a 50s concept of like the nuclear family and all that. It doesn't, that dynamic, nobody gives a fuck anymore. But I still think that Reed Richards could be an interesting character. outside of the Fantastic Four. Like, don't do Fantastic Four, but definitely have Reed Richards, because he's so important to the core of the Marvel comics. Like, Reed Richards is basically required if you want to talk about Doom. Reed Richards
Or Galactus.
is pretty tied into Silver Surfer and Galactus. Reed Richards and Sue Storm's son is like the strongest mutant to ever live. Like, I don't know how you can do a continued MCU without Reed Richards.
Put in Reed Richards and have it that the other 3 members were killed, and he's like super grief-stricken right now, and like super edgy and dark, and he's kind of like Batman.
Or that like Doom killed them, and if they're exploring
my family back,
and exploring different dimensions, like what if Wanda pulls Reed Richards in, and it's from a dimension where everybody's, or a universe where, you know, the rest of them are dead. And then
the guy that played Mr. Fantastic in the Fox movies.
Please
Let's
no.
do it.
No, let's not. Please no.
And then Tobey Maguire.
That I'm okay with.
People
put
already
Reed
think
Richards.
Tobey Maguire's going to show up in Sony one.
Yes. Put Reed Richards in and have him like help them like dimension hop, but he's only doing it to get his family back, and he eventually says, "Fuck you guys, go and get my family," and they get trapped there.
Yep. I could see like Reed Richards taking over like the government of like Shield or Sword or something like that. Like Reed Richards replacing Nick Fury is a common like meme in the comics. Also, fuck you. It's actually in the show, but you would know that if you decided to watch and not boycott it. And also, you didn't
Bruce.
boycott it with Endgame because I watched Far From Home with you. I know your secret. You're a bitch when it comes to Spider-Man.
You're a bitch.
Far From Home
Yeah, that was after.
I hadn't decided.
That was the last Phase 4 movie.
I hadn't decided to boycott until the end of 2019, early 20.
I really hope
Can't
you kicked
handle
him.
the truth. Can't handle the truth.
It's like, oh shit, I'm
I know.
losing this argument. I'm just gonna leave the call.
Boycotted this call.
Oh yeah. Also, Nintendo Switch.
Why
Thanos
would
for
you do
Smash.
Only if his final smash is the copter.
I-
Like, I don't.
Agree?
Everybody thinks the final smash is gonna be the snap. No, it's the copter.
It's like Landmaster. He just flies up and comes back in the copter.
No, it's just like Snake's one from Brawl, where like he shows he's hanging from the ladder with a rocket launcher.
He's got the Infinity Gauntlet. He just-
Yeah, he's got and then he's just shooting energy blasts from the ladder of the Thanos copter.
Yeah. Would Epic be happy with that though? Would they be willing to let go their prized mascot? And don't tell me that Thanos is not just a mascot for Fortnite at this point.
I'm pretty sure Travis Scott and Marshmallow are the Fortnite mascots.
No, right now
This is
it's
fair.
Street Fighter characters.
Really?
Ryu and Chun-Li.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
they got Street Fighter and Fortnite.
Well,
you
then
got
there's
you.
a good reason for them to put Thanos in Smash, because Street Fighter's in Smash.
Yes, exactly. I think that would be better than Pyra and Mithra. Hot take of 2021.
Okay, I didn't know who they were at first. I thought they were
Neither did
Fire
I.
Emblem characters, and then I was reading some comments on Reddit, and I saw the name Rex, and I was like, oh, okay, they're Xenoblade Chronicles. And then, like, I didn't even know what they looked like, and I was like, oh no, they've got giant anime tits, don't they? And they do.
And they do.
And those giant anime eyes, like, I'm just...
Good job, Nintendo. You saw the writing on the wall and then you drove past it.
I bought the season pass when Sephiroth came out, because I was like, you know what, I
Dumbass.
can't not play Sephiroth. And now I wish I didn't buy the season pass, because
That's why I haven't bought it yet.
I like is Sephiroth.
As I was saying to my brother, I got a perfect solution. Smash is too filled with anime characters with swords. New character to break up the mix: Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
God damn it.
Oh wait, shit. Okay. No,
Solera Vestora.
He rides the line of he's got a sword, so
I know.
I think the fan base will still be up in arms about him.
Can we just put in Scorpion and have fatalities finally?
We have Scorpion and Smash.
Ripping Mario's
Oh, yeah.
head off.
shit. I like. I've been saying this for a while. I think they should. I don't know how they haven't done an Echo Fighter DLC yet, where like they release a character who also has an Echo, like Ryu and Ken or anything like that, or like the Belmonts. Release Scorpion and Sub-Zero and make them Echo Fighters of each other.
Yeah.
I would. Oh fuck yeah! I was
See, I was thinking that, but before I said it, I'm like, no, they're kind of different characters. I don't want
What
to.
if- can we
So
get
are
Ryu
Ryu
get
and
yelled at.
Ken.
Can we get
Get those
Heihachi?
Shotos, but
Is it too late to get Heihachi into Smash?
I would love Heihachi Mashima in that game.
His final Smash,
Also, I
he
would
rips
love-
off one of his eyebrows and he throws it and impales somebody.
Okay, I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see Heihachi in there, or Jin in there, or Kazumi in there, or maybe just for the memes, Dr. Boskanovich.
Literally anyone that's not Pyra and Mithra. You know, when Byleth got announced, I was like, I think you guys are being too negative. Now I'm like, no, fuck it. Sakurai doesn't know what he's doing anymore.
He just picks characters
Actually,
that he
no.
likes.
I know what character for Smash. Yoshimitsu for Smash. Yoshimitsu. Not only is he the crossover between Tekken and Soul Calibur, but bring him into the Smash universe. Oh man,
Open up a whirlwind of possibilities.
absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
I want
Yoshimitsu
a
for
Fortnite character just to piss everyone off.
Yeah.
Play like
well-
almost exactly like Steve, but with a gun instead.
Smash. I
Yeah.
want a Marshmallow Assist Trophy.
Okay, like... Okay, Nintendo, you could take Pyre and Mithra, fine, I'll give you that. Can we please get Shovel Knight in, like, properly this time?
Yeah.
No, he's an Assist Trophy.
No, fuck
They're
that!
two shits.
Nobody wants that!
I want actual Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of taking a tangent here. I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm pretty sure it passed its Kickstarter. But there was a platform fighting game, indie platform fighting game that was funded on Kickstarter, and all the characters. There was a bunch of original characters, but there was a few original characters, but everybody else was all indie game characters. So Shovel Knight was in there. I think Ori was in there. I don't remember. The guy from Pixel Runner, is that what it's called?
No idea.
No idea.
Was Cuphead in there?
Anyway, it was no.
Was
Like, it
Sans in
all
there?
these indie characters. Maybe it was really cool, and it's a platform fighter, and I'm into it, and like they have a lot of love going into it. It looks like, because like the people who they had stretch goals for voiceover packs are like big in like FGC and game culture. Like Smash, like Alpha Rad was a stretch goal for an announcer pack.
Amazing.
And I think it's just super cool. Like I wish that there were better more popular platform fighters in Smash, because Smash, like, I'm sorry, but
Unfortunately,
Nintendo
Smash
doesn't
is
care about
owned by
Smash.
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah. Or that, like, I'm so glad the Melee community's finally like, you know what? Nintendo fucked us. Why do we care? And now they're adding, legit. They're adding characters to Melee ROMs on PC, and somebody is basically like done Wolf, and people have been playing Wolf in Melee, and it's super dope. And like Gino for Smash, baby.
Oh my god.
Gino is immediately
Oh,
needs to die.
No, bring him in. Give him a chance.
No one knows
What's-
who the
what's
fuck
worst
he
that
is
could happen?
anymore.
I know who he's in. He's in
Nobody
Super
knows
Smash
who Captain
Brothers.
Falcon is anymore.
Yeah.
He's at least been in Smash games.
Nobody knows who Samus is anymore.
At least been in Smash games.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Hey, so how about that Metroid Prime 4 announcement during the Nintendo Direct?
Oh, was there one?
No.
No, that wasn't
Yeah,
shit. They announced Project Triangle Strategy.
Fantastic name.
Fantastic. Right up there with Octopath Traveler. a remake of Saga Frontiers, a new game from the guys that made Danganronpa.
Okay, that's cool.
Some game where you're like a
Don't
demon in
people love
heaven killing people.
Danganronpa?
Yes.
They do, but as the venerable critic Video Game Donkey has pointed out, literally none of the titles that people wanted to hear about were mentioned. Like no Mario, no Zelda, no
No,
Smash.
Zelda was announced.
Not what they
no,
wanted to hear.
Zelda was. There was a 10-second clip at the end of the direct where there's like, "Hi, I'm one of the lead producer for the Legend of Zelda series. You probably saw me and hoped that we'd have some footage to show you of Breath of the Wild 2. We don't. I'm sorry."
Yeah, but then he's like, here's
I'm
Skyward
sorry,
Sword.
Does Skyward Sword HD not count as a Zelda announcement?
It's not the Zelda announcement anyone wanted to hear.
I mean, it's absolutely what people were fucking going crazy on it. People have been asking for Skyward Sword HD.
Not on its own
for
for
years.
$80.
Have they?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, no, people have been wanting Skyward Sword for a long time. I would replay Skyward Sword for full price. No, and my favorite thing was when I bought Skyward Sword in 2010. I got the collector's edition, which came with a limited edition Zelda Gold Wii remote, and
the
that
soundtrack.
and the soundtrack. And in American monies at the time, that was $70. And now, in American monies, the game, which is a 10-year-old up texture port, is $60, and the special edition controllers are sold separately for $70.
Those controllers look dope, though. I can't lie about
They
that.
do look dope, and I kind of want to get them.
I kind of want to get them too.
Hey, but like, does that mean that just the Girahim fight is now just like going to be pressing buttons when there's an opening?
No, they have motion
You
controls.
They have motion controls because the Joy-Cons have motion controls.
Yeah, so you can take your two Joy-Cons, go
Nobody
like
knows
that,
that though, because nobody played 1-2 Switch.
or
Nobody
or
did.
you can play it with buttons, where you control the direction you're swinging your sword by the right Joy-Con or right stick, and you just hold up
that's
a
so
button for your
complicated.
shield. Not really. You want to swing to the left, push the button to the left.
Oh, okay.
Wanna
Now,
swing to
no,
the right,
sorry.
push the button to the right.
I thought you had to like angle it and then press
No,
A
no.
to attack. And I was like, so they're forcing people to play Claw? I'm not against that. The whole
Claw
gamer-
Master Race.
Fuck Claw.
Yeah, gamers need to adopt Claw.
Shut
And
the
you know
fuck
what?
up. Play
Gamers need to
keyboard
adopt
and
double
mouse.
Claw. I mean, I do. If I had an extra $100, or I guess $300, I'd shell out for like a
PC.
No, I would literally just buy a. Oh my! Why can't I think of what it's
Keyboard and
called?
mouse.
You guys are losers.
A Switch box.
I play exclusively with Connect voice commands.
Oh yeah. Mixbox.
Move left.
It's an arcade stick, but
Move
instead of
right.
the stick, it's a
Open
it's a
inventory.
keyboard.
Drink Estus. Swing. Parry. Swing sword. Roll.
Braden, are you playing Skyrim Extra Special Edition?
Yes, I am. Sorry, guys. I
You
have
literally
to
just
get
said
a
drink
deal with this.
Estus. That's Dark Souls.
Pause game.
I play games
potion.
using the Donkey Kong bongo drums.
I think that those controllers need to come back. Nintendo, be brave about it. Bring back peripherals. I want the bongo drums back. I want the Wiimote
I want the power
steering wheel
gloves.
back. I want the power glove.
Stop with this cardboard
Or Guitar
bullshit.
Hero controllers.
Okay, but like if they
Yes.
came out with like a glove where you could fit the Switch into it, that'd be pretty sweet.
So you want a dual disc?
Hell
You
yeah.
want to play
Don't we all
Yu-Gi-Oh?
want dual discs?
Yes.
That is a lie that has been told to me for like 20 years by the goddamn company of Konami. Like, give me my dual disc.
I want my dual disc back. Give it to me.
Yep.
We'll
Oh,
buy you one
man.
and then we'll go play Yu-Gi-Oh on motorcycles.
Yay! Do you guys want to play
Holy
Yu-Gi-Oh
shit.
EX with me?
If Braden got his license just to ride a motorbike while playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Cops pulls over. What are you doing? Why are you driving so recklessly? We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Sir,
Oh shit, is that a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon?
Oh shit, you're free to go.
can I see your license? Yeah, of course. This
Pulls
isn't
out
your
blue
license.
eyes.
Just activated my trap card.
Yes.
I think we've peaked, and I don't think anything we say for the rest of the evening is going to be funnier than that. And so
It's just
I
like
think
Sonic
that's where we
Speed.
call it.
No. I have quick topics quickly.
Yeah,
Oh
quick
my
topics.
god,
What
no,
would you like?
we peaked.
No, I
Rapid
want
fire,
to
rapid
shit on
fire.
Metallica for a second.
What?
So BlizzCon the other day had
Yeah.
BlizzCon, and they were live streaming on Twitch, and they had Metallica play. But because of DMCA, almost every single stream that was showing it muted Metallica and played like royalty-free music over top of it. So you just see Metallica, and it's like singing about sunshines and stuff. And
Amazing.
this is full circle because Metallica got Napster shut down and started all these archaic music laws that are still here today.
Yep.
Yep. And
We,
so the
on
so the
Reddit, we
snake
call
has
this
bit the hand.
leopard's eating face.
Leopard's eating face. Lovely. And so the wheel turns. No one is exempt from it.
It was really fucking funny.
I'm sure.
I'll
I did
find
not
a
pay
clip for
attention
you
to
guys.
BlizzCon.
Yeah, that's fair. There was
Also-
nothing new other than Diablo 2.
As I was saying to Bruce, what a tone-deaf move on the part of Blizzard to be like, hey, we know you hated Warcraft 3 Reforged, but would you like Diablo 2 Resurrected?
Yeah, like immediately after that, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, I don't know why everyone is so excited. Do you not remember Warcraft 3? Like, come on,
We
guys.
found out Vicarious Visions is the guys that are actually producing this. So they made the Tony Hawk Pro Skater
I'm
remake that
still
everybody
upset
loves.
that they were bought by Activision Blizzard.
Totally. But like,
Completely
it's like
destroyed
there's a good
a studio.
there's a good chance that the game itself will turn out great. I just think the branding is really funny because if I were in Blizzard's positions, I would want to like keep the remake separated by a 10-foot pole and be like, Diablo 2, don't worry, it's not going to turn out like Reforged. That's the official subtitle, by the way. That's what
That's a
you
great
see on the
title.
that's what you see on the BattleNet page.
I wish they had announced it, but only for mobile, because that would have been the fucking funniest thing ever.
What, you guys don't have
Don't you
phones?
people have phones?
Is this now
Man,
a
do you
season
think
April
that
Fool's
guy-
joke?
Do you think that guy just... I don't even remember the Blizzard employee that said that fateful line. Do you think he
Wasn't
just
it
like
the
read the room
CEO?
poorly? I don't know if it was the CEO. It was...
Wasn't it
know.
the CEO?
God, I hope not.
The CEO's really tone deaf. That's why I think it would be him.
Oh man. And at the head
Why
of
are
it
you
all,
booing
Bobby
me? You all
Kotick.
have phones.
Bruh, read the room.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's been a fun episode of Dialog Trees. I'm sleepy. Bruce is sleepy. Aaron needs to poop.
No, I don't. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
That's a lie.
I'm not-
Question your
I don't-
sphincter, quick.
I don't want to question it and might shit myself. You don't question that
See?
kind of stuff. No, but I don't know if I have to. You don't.
It's all an act
question
of
it, you
willpower.
just-
If you don't think about pooping, you won't poop. But as soon
Yeah.
as you do, oh, that's it.
I had like one moment during this episode where I'm like, oh fuck, I think I might have to like dip out. But no, it's fine.
Leave
now.
a comment down below on whether or not you think Aaron has to poop right now, and we will let you know how.
Wish
how that
my
goes.
sphincter and bowels good luck in the comments.
Yep. Hashtag Aaron's bowels, pray for thee. Hashtag did Aaron poop himself? Hashtag poopgate. Hashtag.
I actually wanted to talk about gatekeeping, but we didn't have time, and I'm upset.
Hashtag poopgate is just hashtag sphincter.
Yes. We will talk about gatekeeping next time. We will talk
No,
about
it won't.
all
It'll be
these
too
things
old
next
by
time.
then.
I was right. We peaked. We peaked. We should have ended 10 minutes ago.
No, we
peaked.
shouldn't. Shut the fuck up.
So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.